So the video that I just showed was of an old woman who within 90 days, how fast she lost weight and how much AIDS took a toll on her body. And it's just important how fast and how much new and advanced technology we need to figure out what is a great vaccine to use to help cure HIV or AIDS. But there is still hope. As stated in the textbook, populations were, that had HIV or AIDS still is relatively low. There's about 2.7 billion people living there that do not have HIV or AIDS. A third of other populations live in areas where the disease is still concentrated in more than one high-risk group. But out of that group, less than 5% of that general population still don't have HIV or AIDS. Countries like Guinea, Ghana, Senegal, and Benin in Africa hold under 3% of adult infections as well. And talk about early and aggressive action that needs to be done when focusing on HIV or AIDS. The textbook explains that by catching this virus early, it helps reduce the ratio and then decrease the cost for treatment altogether. As of today, we already spend $5 on HIV or an AIDS treatment, and only $1 of that is spent on care for prevention. Government can't wait until the cases become greater because by that time, it will have already affected many different populations around the world. So time is very crucial when it comes to this disease. And with the community, it is a great support system to have. Being able to relate with one another about the disease that you have, going to support groups, family members, loved ones, just be able to talk about your problems and know that you're not the only one in the world with the situation is a great resource to have. There are business, religious, and civic leaders that can help raise awareness publicly, all of the risks of HIV and AIDS, and diminishing the stigmatization of the individual suffering. Some other things that the community can do to help the treatment for HIV and AIDS is that according to the textbook, in Zimbabwe, the Commercial Farmers Union got together and sponsored farm owners to participate in a Family Health International supported group. And this group trained more than 2 million farm employees and family members around the world to help prevent HIV and AIDS. And political leadership can also take a huge role in helping the prevention of HIV and AIDS and how to fix people or how to treat people who have it now. The textbook states that prevention campaigns are noticed and made a difference when political leaders put them as a first priority of the community. So to show that they understand how people suffer from this disease and how important it is to help find treatment to cure them. To encourage safer behavior, ask communities and NGOs, which are non-government organizations, to join the fight and to work to change the laws. When you see higher up people want to make a difference and want to help people who are going through this disease, it makes more of a stand and makes more of a difference. The reason for changing is to prohibit effective tools in prevention, and ways to help prevent this is getting needle purchases. I read that people who use drugs, they obviously, since it's illegal and people hide it more, they were trying just to let people purchase needles that are clean so they know that there is no way that they can get a disease from using these needles, and condom advertising. So for data collection and dissemination, according to the textbook, HIV and AIDS is known to spread at an extremely fast rate, like I've said before. Collecting infection data from health clinics and assessing behavior trends is very important. This helps people around different countries aware of what is going on in the areas from one another. So if there's an area in the country that has a lot of people infected with HIV or AIDS, it's important to let the localized areas around them know that this little area is being has a high population of HIV and AIDS. And low cost and high quality prevention. Condoms are one way to keep one another familiar with safe sex and preventing HIV and AIDS. By making them cheaper and easier to access, people won't hesitate or feel embarrassed to purchase them. The book talks about putting them in public restrooms for only about 25 cents, so it shows that it's not a big deal to people purchase them, and because usually people with younger ages too are more embarrassed of the situation. So by showing this that they can purchase these, it would help prevent HIV or AIDS. More on low cost and high quality prevention. In South African cities, there is a condom mascot. He attends soccer games, walks around streets, and passes out condoms to people. From 1988 to 1991, condom sales rose from 900,000 to 18.3 million.